Exclusive audio recordings of Diddy have reportedly been released to the public, revealing disturbing details about his alleged sexual misconduct. Joe Rogan is said to be exposing these revelations, which many believe prove that Diddy's actions are beyond redemption. In a new development, Diddy's lawyers have filed a mysterious motion in connection to Cassie's testimony. Meanwhile, Victim 3, identified as...
And there's also, like, people that are elites, and that's their thing. Like, their thing is to do something that is horrible, and, you know, it's not available to other people. So it's like, I think there's like a sickness that people have when they have power, like extreme power, and then they, well, what else can I do? What else can I do? What else is what else is taboo? What else is forbidden? Like all this Diddy shit that's coming out. Like,
I was just gonna say, doesn't that sound topical?
Jesus Christ! The first day of the trial, did you pay attention to any of that stuff? I looked at it for like 10 minutes this morning, and I was like, I gotta stop. I can't look at this.
Well, what freaks me out is the people sitting in the courtroom listening to it.
Right.
And there's a wide spectrum of people that are getting subjected to it, and you just sit there and go...
Yeah, well, not only that, how about the fact that this guy was running this for decades? He was doing this for decades. Who knows how many fucking people, and everybody was scared to talk about it because he'd have them...
Diddy is a sick person, and the things he and others in his sex trafficking ring force women to do are disgusting. These men were addicted to power, and driven by the desire to humiliate others. Cassie testified that Diddy controlled everything. He would instruct the male escorts on exactly what to do, and if she said or did anything he didn't like, he would immediately become violent, throwing things...
Yeah, it's really wild, man. Evil is a real thing, you know? Nobody wants to believe... Because if you believe in the devil, right? If you believe in Satan, you believe in something that's silly. Like, most people a lot of people believe in God. If you ask people, do you believe in God? Yeah, well, I'm not religious, but I believe in God. Okay, well, do you believe in the devil? Most people will say no. But you believe in evil acts? Well, yeah, well, people certainly do evil things. Well, where do you think that comes from? If evil is real, what is it about us that makes us want to deny the possibility that there's some nefarious force that is in human beings, that influences human beings? It's not as simple as, like, some people are bad, some people are good. No, maybe evil is a real element that you have to fight in life, and that maybe this is just something that's been documented all throughout history, but our arrogance, our secular society wants to keep us from recognizing that as an actual fact.
A former girlfriend of Diddy, known by the pseudonym Janet, broke down in tears as she testified in court today, recalling the disturbing acts she was allegedly forced to endure. She claimed that Diddy had a twisted obsession.
The third alleged victim, who goes by the pseudonym Jane, was back on the witness stand for her first full day of testimony. The prosecutor played an audio recording for the jury of a hotel night with a male prostitute Jane identified as Dawn. On the recording, Jane and Dawn are looking for a condom, but Combs didn't allow it and can be heard saying, quote, "You're taking that expletive." Jane testified, quote, "I just didn't want to disappoint my lover. He would be unhappy and wouldn't be satisfied with me." Jane went on to tearfully tell the jury about her birthday in 2023 when she said she was made to have sex with 3 different men in addition to Combs. The prosecutor asked, "Why?" Jane responded, "I don't know. It had become so routine," and added that she turned robotic. Jane told the jury that after a while, Combs didn't have to directly ask her for these hotel nights. She testified, "I knew it was to be expected." Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges. If convicted, he faces the possibility of life in prison.
The first part of the situation is that Diddy's accomplices still haven't come forward. It's clear he wasn't working alone. Flight logs reveal women being flown all over the world. One figure, known only as Budo, remains a mystery. Diddy...
Like, Jesus, like, just trying to get the documents. Like, when they're trying to get the Epstein files. Like, they're the state of New York. One of the district attorneys was hiding. They were hiding documents that have forced them to get documents. I think there's so many powerful people that are on those lists. There's so many powerful people that went and partied. Air quotes, partied. And how many of them went to the Diddy parties? Have you been paying attention to the trial?
Oh, yeah.
Trials. Wild.
Why don't they air it the same way they aired the coverage that
Johnny
Johnny Depp got?
I know. Why don't they? I don't know. They should. The ratings would be amazing.
Unreal.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing? Why wouldn't you air that?
What's going to happen, though, you think?
Well, Diddy's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. I think he's probably going to get
Think he's
hit up.
saying, though?
I don't know. I don't even think it matters. I mean, it's a lot of it is.
But then it's just another Epstein.
There's
it's Elaine Maxwell. Where
there's
someone indicted and nobody else indicted for getting kids to
right to no one. Right. We're like, what is the next crazy thing that's going to explode in the news? Is Bill Clinton's going to have an OnlyFans? Like, what is going to happen? What is the next thing that's going to make us all go, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is going on?
It's coming.
How many guys were on video saying, ain't no party like a Diddy party? How many people like openly talked about being there?
LeBron?
Yeah, how Ashton Kutcher, all these people. Like, you guys all went, you didn't see nothing? You didn't see nothing?
Yeah.
Donnell went?
Yeah.
Did he? Of course he did.
Donnell who?
Trying to defend himself.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Is he trying to defend himself right now?
It's pretty funny.
I gotta call him up. Donnell, you gotta back away from that.
Isn't there a video with Kamala?
She was at one of the Diddy parties?
Isn't she in the background with?
It might have been the difference between Diddy parties and freak-offs. Oh my
They're giving him
god.
shit too because he's sitting in his little.
Oh, the guy from Chappelle Show?
Yeah.
And then
He's in between
Dave's there
fights.
too, and then Russell Simmons too. Oh boy. But is that at a party or is that just a group of them together?
They were like on a yacht or something like that.
Okay, but that's not the Diddy
No,
party.
yeah. It's not like they were kind of.
I think.
In a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, Joe broke down every step of Diddy's alleged plan. There's a reason some of the biggest names in Hollywood were present at these parties. The celebrities were there to make younger guests feel more comfortable. Once
It's
you
like Epstein type. It's working for somebody.
That's a good question. Well, it would be a
Because he had the
great
juice
way
on
to
lot of people.
compromise celebrities.
Yeah.
And get them to say whatever you want them to do, get them to do whatever projects you'd like them to do. And, if you're a bunch of other celebrities are there, you're like, oh, look, Bill Clinton's here. This is fine.
Yeah.
This is cool. Look at this. Like, Brad Pitt's here. Well, this is cool. You don't even think there's anything wrong with being there. Meanwhile, you're getting drugged up and filmed. And then they're passing out punch. Have some punch, Aaron. And you have some punch, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm feeling really good. I just feel amazing. You're all mopped up. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. Probably a combination of things they give you.
And it's all being filmed.
Crazy. Now, if that's not an intelligence agency operation, it's just one evil super genius who figures out how to compromise everybody by providing this crazy freak-off party. Everybody's got to put their phones away. Okay, we're going to put our phone away. No one's going to know anything. Yeah, I mean, he's going to get cameras everywhere. It's just one guy doing that. What a diabolical human being.
Yeah.
He seems pretty diabolical.
He's probably working with somebody. Or for somebody.
Maybe.
And maybe he just got too far out there.
Some of the shit that came out in the trial, though, like he's forcing his girlfriend to have sex with prostitutes while he was sitting there jerking off with a bandana on. She'd rub the in his nipples. Like, what are we even talking about? There's so many horrific accusations, though, involving young singers, like children.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's insane.
He makes R. Kelly look like a decent guy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It is crazy. And meanwhile, the guy was like hanging out with Oprah, hanging out with Obama.
Jay-Z,
Everybody.
I'm sure the Clintons were there at some point.
Maybe Bill.
Witnesses began disappearing out of the blue months before the trial even started. Joe suggested it was possible that the raid on Diddy's mansion was actually orchestrated to destroy evidence. Is that just a coincidence? Now, key witnesses who could have named the accomplices are vanishing. One witness, under federal protection, even had her real identity leaked, despite a court order meant to keep her safe. This is no longer just about a music executive's crimes. It's
Sean Combs' counsel, Alexandra Shapiro, says some people on the internet think they figured out who Mia is. We got this video, again, that might be used to impeach her credibility. We got this video also from random people on the internet. We don't think this was ever posted on her social media. It was on some random website. Should we show it to you? I got to ask you, I have to move on to this question, Serena. This is quite alarming. How is this possible?
I have no idea how it's possible, and I'm sure Mia is probably, panicking in this moment in time. Like, are people stalking her on the internet, trying to figure out her identity? She testified that she was a victim, essentially. There's rape shield laws that exist to try to protect people in her position, and so this is really getting very nerve-wracking, probably for her, and just absurd for the courtroom.
If someone revealed her identity, is that a crime, Tyler?
No, it's not a crime if somebody revealed her identity, especially if they're not a part of this case. The reason they have these confidentiality orders and protective orders is for the parties involved to do their best to protect a Jane Doe or anybody proceeding under a pseudonym's identity. It is possible for the public to learn their identity, but it's really the people who are part of the case who are agreeing to protect her confidentiality. Once she got on that stand, it's very possible that somebody knew her identity. What I find more troubling and less likely is if this video is being sent by random people on the internet, and that's what they want to proffer as evidence in this criminal trial, I find that hard to be admitted. If they could track the video from one person who can confirm the identity of the person, and then it can be used for impeachment evidence, that's different. But random people on the internet sending videos, that opens the door to a can of worms.
As we peel back the layers of this case, things only get murkier. Some believe that Homeland Security was sent instead of the FBI because there were names the government didn't want exposed. 3 U.S. presidents have been photographed at Diddy's parties, along with members of British royalty.
Dozens of unidentified witnesses and alleged co-conspirators around the world, and some of the key witnesses to the supposed incidents are dead. Basically meaning, how can we defend against it? The defense is not even permitted to share the identities of the individuals described in the disclosure letter with Mr. Combs until April 18th, further hampering defense counsel's ability to investigate. Collectively, these new allegations require many months, if not years, to investigate, and if admitted, would require a series of mini-trials certain to double the length of a trial the government originally said would last 3 weeks. So this is an explosive allegation that on its face, I don't know if I necessarily disagree with. If they are bringing in evidence of uncharged conduct, wouldn't the defense have an opportunity to investigate it and challenge it? It seems like they're making a point. So if this evidence is allowed in, there is a chance this could delay the trial significantly. We all know Combs wants to go to trial, but how can he properly defend himself against this in just a few weeks?
Trapped, with no way out. Diddy controlled every part of their lives and even threatened their families. One witness, testifying under the name Mia, said Diddy brainwashed her into believing that
in New York, we are in week 4 of Sean Diddy Combs' criminal trial. The music mogul has pleaded not guilty to federal charges against him. Prosecutors continue to call witnesses who say they were victims of Combs' alleged abuse. Jerika Duncan has the latest, and we warned you that some of the details may be disturbing.
A former personal assistant for Sean Diddy Combs returned to the stand Monday after accusing the rap mogul of physical abuse and sexual assault. Testifying under the pseudonym Mia to protect her privacy, she alleges that Combs groped and raped her. She told the jury she didn't speak up because she, quote, would have been silenced and would have lost everything. On cross-examination, defense attorney Brian Steele tried to undermine Mia's account, insinuating she lied about the abuse and was after Combs' money.
This is the type of questioning you do in a he said, she said type of situation where there is no corroboration. This was the perfect opportunity for the defense to get aggressive, to point out those inconsistencies.
Steele showed jurors dozens of examples of Mia sending friendly, supportive texts to Combs for years after her employment with him had ended. Steele also emphasized that before the trial, Mia didn't mention sexual assault allegations until after Cassie Ventore's lawsuit. On the stand, Mia told the jury, "I have never lied in this courtroom. Everything I've said is true." She testified that she didn't come forward sooner about alleged abuse because she was, quote, terrified and brainwashed after working for Combs.
It only takes one juror to throw a wrench in the prosecution's plan and not get a conviction. If even one juror gets back there in that deliberation room and causes some reasonable doubt, that could be the defense's case.
That Sean Diddy Combs once dangled her off a 17th floor apartment balcony, and that she saw him throw a knife at Cassie. She told the court she had witnessed Cassie bruised and injured on multiple occasions, but didn't know what to do, as she was terrified of Diddy. He had convinced those around him that, because of his political connections, nothing would happen to him.
Ex-trafficking victim is expected to testify here today that Sean Combs used lies, drugs, and threats to force her into freak-offs after the jury hears more from a different woman who claims Combs hoisted her over that balcony. This morning, a critical witness for the prosecution, a woman testifying under the pseudonym Jane, who prosecutors say began a secret relationship with Sean Combs in 2020 and spent years in hotel rooms for forced sex. Jane's testimony will follow the cross-examination of Brianna Bongolan, known as Bana, who described years of drug use with her friend Cassie Ventura. Cassie, all the way back! And she testified Ventura FaceTimed her before the premiere of her movie The Perfect Match.
I want to try something new.
What did you see? Prosecutors asked. Her black eye, Bongolan said. I was a little quiet, and I remember saying, I'm sorry. Bongolan testified Combs once hoisted her over this balcony after barging into Ventura's apartment on the 17th floor. For a split second, I was thinking about if I was going to fall. She said Combs kept yelling at her, "You know what the expletive you did," before throwing her onto this furniture, leaving bruises. Combs denied it happened, and the defense challenged her account.
We have some video of her as well. And so she has been testifying about a particular incident in which Sean Combs dangled her over a balcony. We have some full screens we can put up for you in which we're telling you a little bit about who Brianna is. Now, she goes by the name Bana. She's a friend of Cassie Ventura, who sued Combs in 2024 for allegedly groping her and dangling her over a balcony. She testified about this incident. So Cassie Ventura testified about this particular incident, testifying under an immunity order granted by the judge. So yes, Brianna is under immunity here, immunity order. She got on the stand earlier and she invoked the fifth. So the big thing, the big takeaway from her testimony is about being dangled over the balcony. Defense counsel has really been trying to tear her testimony apart, attacking her credibility as well as inconsistent statements they're saying that she has made as to where exactly this dangling incident took place, saying that Cassie Ventura said it happened in a hotel, but you're up here on the stand saying it happened in an apartment, basically indicating that her and Cassie are colluding together just in order to get money from Combs, because Brianna has filed a $10 million civil suit against Sean Combs.